Note from the Judge 13: we at TJ13 have always tried to be a little different to other F1 websites, striving to give you opinion and inside whispers from our team sources. We also pride ourselves at providing a platform for fans to write and submit content on a media outlet that reaches well over 500,000 individuals per year. Granted, TJ13 can be a controversial read, particularly when passions are high, but we revel in this fact. If you want boring, go read the plethora of other mundane news sites, as Jose would. Here we have something quite left of field, and potentially a regular feature before races. Our newest contributor is known as thejudge13 and she's very passionate about F1 but also delves into the arts that some may find strange and intriguing. Today's offering is certainly an unusual combination of the sport we love and the esoteric. Driver tarot readings for 2018 about thejudge13, a tarot reading knitter, with a love of cooking and loud music. I love my garden, my daughter and my partner. I love science fiction, especially Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Star Trek, Star Wars and Babylon 5. I'm a big fan of F1, winter sports and cycling. In other words, I'm an all-round geek. I live on the south coast of England and I've been reading tarot for about 10 years, professionally for about 3. I also dabble in astrology and look to the sky to make sense of what is going on away from the esoteric. I work as a cook in a care home for people with learning difficulties. I'm a big fan of crime drama. I watch a lot on TV and read a lot of crime novels. I enjoy knitting, crochet and cross-stitch. I also grow my own herbs for cooking. What does the 2018 F1 season hold for? Looking through this reading, a lot of cards jumped out while being shuffled and a lot are reversed. I think a lot of things will be shaken up this year and a lot of things that should have stayed hidden will be known. Sebastian Vettel, Page of Pentacles, jumped out when shuffling. Now is the time to be cautious. You are practical, dependable and willing to work hard to gain new skills. This will serve you well this year as you find new ways to get the most out of your car this year. You must learn from last year's mistakes. Kimi Räikkönen, Page of Swords, jumped out when shuffling. When upright, this card represents a person who is curious and thoughtful, someone who is willing to take risks and speak up. When reversed, I feel this is someone who is going to become stale, take things easy and complain a lot about not getting what he's due. In other words, he's not going to even try. Esteban Ocon, Queen of Cups, pay attention to your intuitions and feelings. Listen to what others are saying around you and learn from them. Listen to your heart as well as your dreams. Your intuition will serve you well if you listen to it. Sergio Perez, King of Wands, jumped out when shuffling. This king is full of pizzazz, charisma and joie de vivre. He's a great leader, charming, passionate and proud. These are great characteristics for a man who is a leader. Show them if you want to show your teammate who is boss. If you strut your stuff, you will be the boss. Romain Grosjean, Eight of Swords. The picture on the card shows a bound and blindfolded woman surrounded by a fence of swords. She thinks she is a prisoner and cannot escape, so she doesn't want to bother. The thing is, she can escape if she wants to, and I think this is your problem. You are so busy blaming the car, the team, other drivers, tires and tracks for your problems, you are not seeing what you need to do to actually overcome the problem and escape the never-ending cycle of complaints. Open your eyes and your mind and tell yourself you can overcome this. Kevin Magnussen, the Fool, jumped out when shuffling. In an upright position, the Fool stands for taking a leap of faith and starting a journey to find your dreams. Reversed, I think you're sticking with the status quo. Last year you got yourself a reputation for being a reckless gobshite. This season you should be thinking of getting rid of that reputation and trying something new, but I don't think you can be bothered. The bad boy of F1 image of last year got you headlines, albeit the wrong kind, and you wanted to stay with it. Stoffel Vandoorne, Knight of Swords, you are a sharp-minded, idealistic and a great problem solver, but you have a tendency to be a little reckless and think his opinion is the only one that matters. These tendencies can serve you well this year, but you need to separate the good from the bad. Fernando Alonso, Four of Swords. This card means taking some RWEC alongside F1, but you need to spend what off time you have resting so you can weigh up your options about what you want to do next. Lewis Hamilton, Knight of Wands. This knight is an adventurous, fun-loving, risk-taker. A charismatic, confident person, but with a short attention span, which means he starts a lot of things, loses interest and then doesn't bother finishing. He values adventure over common sense and needs a lot of stimulation to keep his mind on what he's doing. This could be your undoing this year. You need to focus, or you will be under threat from unexpected sources. Valtteri Bottas, Two of Wands. You have the power to choose for yourself what you do next with your life. You have a lot of creativity in you, and now you must choose what you are going to do with it. Do you go all out for yourself or support your teammate? It's also a chance to look back at what you have achieved so far and choose if you want to stay on this path or take a new one. Daniel Ricciardo, the Hanged Man, are jumped out when shuffling. When upright, this major arcana card shows surrender, sacrifice and waiting. Reverse, this is saying you want none of that, you're fed up with waiting and surrendering wins, positions and points, now you want to go out and get what is owed to you. This is saying, stop waiting and start doing. Max Verstappen, Ten of Cups. This is a card of happy ever after. You're feeling at home and that the team is your family, but don't get lulled into a false sense of security. Not everything has a fairy tale ending. Nico Hülkenberg, the Fool. This major arcana card signifies taking a leap of faith to start a new journey. I wouldn't say having a new team and a new teammate is a new journey for you, but you have always been better than your teammate. Now that Carlos is your teammate and equal to you in talent, you will have to up the ante and perhaps take that leap of faith and do something unusual to put your mark on the championship. Carlos Sainz, Seven of Swords, are jumped out when shuffling. Upright, this card is about manipulation, deception and theft. Reversed, I think this is saying all the dirty tricks, mishaps and manipulation you feel you have suffered at the hands of previous teams and teammates will come to an end. This year will see you feeling that you are being treated fairly and feeling that now you are actually able to do your best and having it count for something. Marcus Ericsson, Two of Swords. This card is saying that you feel trapped, you're only in the team because you bring in money. Pascal was the better driver, you haven't scored a point for years. You need to break out of this feeling, it's not a permanent state of affairs, you have it within your heart and mind to break out and show what you're made of. Charles Leclerc, Justice, jumped out when shuffling. This is a major arcana card, which means you need to take its message seriously. This card means exactly what it says on the tin, justice. Actions will have fair consequences, everything will fall into place and things will balance out. All in all, I think this means the faith Ferrari and Sauber have placed in your talent will be repaid. Cause and effect is also part of the energy of this card. You actions will have far-reaching effects, so make sure they are good. Pierre Gasly, King of Wands. This king is adventurous, charismatic, and passionate. He's full of pizzazz and verve, he knows what he wants and how to get it. I think this will sum up your season nicely. You know what you want and how to get it. Brendan Hartley, Three of Pentacles. This card is all about teamwork, each person knowing what skills they need to bring to the project. This is what you need to work towards this year. Knowing the right skills to bring to the team. Your time in WEC will help tremendously, perhaps shaking the F1 mindset of the team to look elsewhere for that certain something to beat the others. Lance Stroll, Seven of Swords. Beware of deceit, theft and manipulation this season. You may feel that things aren't what they seem with you. Misfortunes this year. Sergei Sirotkin, Six of Wands. This is a card of triumph, self-confidence and praise. I think you will probably come out top in the battle with your teammate. But beware you don't become conceited, it's a long fall from that high horse.